Hello again. It's Mitch Allen once again with WeCan.me on Facebook. Video blog Just Saying. You know, my background is 32 years utility contractor. And I know a bit about stormwater ditches. And the embankments that are required to be vegetated so that the dirt stays where it's supposed to be. We pay for sod to put on it. The cities or counties pay us for that sod. And then somewhere down the line, they came up with this cost-effective way of managing the grass. It's called a herbicide. Contains glyphosate, really deadly chemical. I call them death sprays. But they come along and they spray these stormwater ditches and it kills off the vegetation or the grass. And what grows back is what is known as super weeds. And this is what happens. It all ends up washing away. And just maybe a month or so ago, they came in here and dug all this dirt out and threw it back up on top, and I'll get to an area that actually shows that. But here it is months later, dirt right back. So they spent all this time, effort, money, labor, planting grass, vegetating the slope, and then they spent money killing it off, and then they spent money removing the dirt, only for it to come back. The throwing we the people's money at things does not work, and this proves it. But you can see all the deadness. They sprayed like crazy along here, and most of what grew back is not grass, it's weeds. And some of it didn't grow back at all, and other places it did. But you can see it goes for a long, long way. And all of this is right next to our stormwater ditches, which carry the stormwater across the street to a lake. And I previously videotaped this where they had sprayed that guardrail. Instead of mowing and weeding it, they sprayed the edge of it, and it killed the grass off. And if traffic will let me get across, I'm gonna walk back over there, and I'm gonna try to figure out how to zoom this thing in. Because back when I videotaped it first, and I'm struggling to see because I'm in the sunlight, but hopefully you can see the dead trees and stuff that are growing up out of the lake. To me, that proves it's getting in the lake, and the lake's way back there, and it's a pretty good sized one, but the runoff is killing off these trees. And now let me see if I can zoom back out. This is the guardrail that I previously videoed, probably about 2 or 3 months ago, and they think this chemical treatment's going to kill it off forever. No, proof is it's all grown back. So they call it cost effective. You know, they don't want to hire people to mow and weed eat. But just a couple weeks ago, they were out here weed eating this, and I couldn't stop and videotape this. But this also proves my point about the washout, because right there is an area that the water that runs off the road is washing the dirt down to the bottom, and before long, they're going to spend money to put this dirt back. This is ridiculousness. It's insane. They know better than to do this, but they keep doing it, calling it cost effective. Well, it doesn't work. And we need to stand up against it, because before long, our water is going to be so contaminated, it will not be clean, drinkable, potable water. You know, there is the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act and the Safe Water Act, but who the hell is abiding by it? Do they not realize these things are not safe? This is the area I spoke of earlier. That's the mound of dirt that they paid people to get down in this concrete stormwater swell and dig up out of there. If this dirt wasn't here, you would see that a lot of it has washed back in. And you can kind of tell by the little waviness in that dirt that some of it has washed back in. Well, for one, it wasn't the proper way to do it. And they shouldn't have left it right next to where they dug it out, because it's going to go back in. And I believe maybe if this camera is good enough, you can see the dirt that has washed back in. Well, matter of fact, there's a big pile of it right there. And this was all grass that kept that dirt from getting down in this stormwater ditch. And it stopped the pileup of dirt down there at the bottom, so the water would actually run on down the road and into that lake that I just left. But because of poor management practices and not abiding by the best management practices in the Florida friendly landscape, this is what we get. And we, the people's money, was spent to maintain this. And they killed off the grass, and what we got back is weed. Here's more proof that it just ends up washing back down in here because they killed off the vegetation that was once here. And these weeds don't really hold the dirt in place. That's why they require us to put sod down. It's just ridiculousness at its largest level. And I realize none of y'all may give a damn about this. It's a waste of our money, and it is polluting all of our water, contaminating the ground, and the pollution will continue. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.